raising hell today, okay?
Bring the juice today, brother. Let's get it.
Come on, you gonna be standing right next to me, man?
Let's go.
Do what we do now. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's do our thing now. Take off, kid. Take off, kid.
Run.
Far side of the 10. Step off to the 5. 10 for the end zone.
What a play. What a play.
Derrick Henry was on my team, so I'm going to go Texans, I guess.
Yeah, he's on Tennessee, though.
Oh.
You tried. You went for it. I appreciate it. This is Up the Gut, live.
100%. Hello and welcome to another episode of Up the Gut. I am your host, Matthew Ehlers, and as you can tell, my voice is back. I'm not sick anymore. I don't know about you guys, but it makes me happy. Now, I know the title of this episode says Matt does magic tricks. I only know one magic trick, but it's a good one. I'm going to clap my hands twice. I'm going to make my co-host, El Pollo Loco, Bill's Mafia Don, Patrick Kimmel, appear.
What?
I'm a goddamn magician.
Hey, listen, I like that
Look
you
at
started
David
the
Blaine.
show. Show title.
Let's see David Blaine do that.
Yeah, you're the only one that can make me appear like that. So, Ehlers, I got something to start the show off.
Do you? What are we remembering?
Pepsi Blue, you remember that?
I do remember Pepsi Blue. Oh, you cheeky monkey. See, I checked one of the stores up here when I saw that it was re-released. I'm not getting it up here till next week.
I got it right here, right now.
I know.
So anyway,
It's glorious.
I had to put that out there for you.
Is it as good is it as tasty as I remember?
I don't know.
I
I don't know how you remember tasting it.
I remember it being so good.
It tastes blue.
Yep. That's about it.
Okay, that's I'm trying to get my volumes right. I got my new headphones so I don't look like a DJ.
You don't look like a DJ. People love DJs.
Oh, wicka, what?
DJ Jazzy Jeff, DJ Khaled,
Oh man.
and another one.
And another one. Maybe I should mute my phone.
Oh my, yes, you should.
Because apparently there's people at my door.
You are a very popular person.
That's children. They're going outside.
Oh,
Anyway, so to the show, Ehlers. What's up?
Yeah.
How you been? You're not sick anymore?
I'm not sick anymore. That's the big thing.
Of course, if you guys were watching the Sunday, I'm sorry,
The
DJ
Sunday
Tanner.
Blind Bourbon Review.
yeah, the Sunday, basically the taste stuff, but it was just a blind bourbon review. You would have seen already that Matt was not sick anymore.
Yes. But if you only watched the football show, you remember last week, it was pretty bad for me.
It was you. I won't say you looked rough, but you definitely sounded rough. You were beautiful.
I felt rough. But I still
All right, so what do we have going on this week?
Well, I believe we should start how we always start with our not so breaking off season news.
Hold on. Wait. You got it? Oh man, I just got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
What just broke?
The breaking news is actually on the future of Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yes.
My sources just come in and told me that Aaron Rodgers is in fact not going to go to voluntary OTAs because he's on vacation in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
That was our breaking news.
Breaking news.
I mean, that's a good reason not to go.
Well, you know why that's breaking news is because everybody's reporting that Aaron Rodgers didn't show up for voluntary OTAs, and he's definitely out of Green Bay now. Or he could just be with his fiance on vacation in Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't going to go to OTAs anyway, though. He made that pretty clear. And
Yeah.
now a few of the receivers and other players also didn't go.
Yeah, it happens. Stephon Diggs, I don't think still made it to Bills OTAs.
Yeah. I just hope Rogers' watch comes to a head soon. I just need some sort of resolution. I still hate that last picture.
We're just hitting all the videos right now. Just get them out of the way.
I don't want him to go anywhere because I'll be honest. Without Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay is a average ball club at best.
Yeah, I think you guys may not even be that, to be honest.
I don't either. That's just me hoping.
All right. Well, now we can go. Actually, hold on. This doesn't seem right. Whew. Now we can do what you want to do.
Yeah. So
Not so breaking off-season news.
I think the biggest story from this week was actually broken not too long ago, but Adam Vinatieri's retiring.
Yeah, actually, I think that just broke today. That was almost breaking news.
Almost. It was a few hours ago, I think it was posted.
Yeah, I think Pat McAfee actually broke the news on his show.
Yeah, but I mean, man, what a career that guy had, though.
I believe he's the all-time leading scorer in the NFL.
Yes, he scored more points than anybody. Most people remember him, winning 3 Super Bowls for the Patriots. And I mean that literally, because every single one of those games came down to those final 3 points that he put through the upright. So.
Yep. And even leading up to those games, kicking in the snow against Oakland and the Tuck game.
The Tuck game.
Anyway, so that is, yeah, I mean, he had kind of a rough year last year, so it's not a huge deal.
He did. Age started to get to it, but he's kicking for almost 25 years.
Yeah, he's like 72 years old. I mean, he had to quit at some point.
Not quite that old, but yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, so congratulations, Adam Vinatieri. I'm sad you had to do most of that as a Patriot, but, it's whatever.
So is he.
I don't think he was sad. I think he was happy winning championships.
Well, yeah, but no one wanted to do it with the Patriots. Not even Tom Brady, apparently. And other not-so-breaking off-season news, Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson will be taking on Aaron Rodgers and some other golfer I don't know.
Oh, I just had his name, too.
Yeah. And the what is it? What's it called? The match or the
match?
The match. And Tom Brady's already on the Twitter attack.
Yeah, because this is the second time Tom Brady will have done it. Because last year he did it against Peyton Manning and Tiger Woods.
Yep. Still checking these sources to make sure there's no breaking Aaron Rodgers news. You never know when it's going to happen. Oh,
and Aaron Rodgers will team with Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, see, it was a tough one. That's why I just I didn't say it.
And I don't know how good Rodgers' golf game is, so if he loses this, I don't care. It won't make me nearly as mad as when Green Bay lost to the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, that should have made you really mad.
It made me extremely upset. I was upset at so many people.
I remember you even got upset with me, and you said all these bad words and called me names, and I cried for like 3 days.
Not. That is very untrue.
Oh, that is untrue. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say
why would I be mad at you? You're not a Patriots fan.
It doesn't matter.
It absolutely matters. Let's see what else. Julio wants to be traded.
Oh no! Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, because what Shannon Sharp did was so underhanded and uncalled for. I don't even know what to say.
I thought it was pretty awesome. You want to get something from the source? Go right to the source.
I mean, that's why you get some breaking news. But it almost felt like if I called you and I asked you some really big news that it's a pretty big deal, and I thought I was just talking to my buddy, and it turns out I was talking to the world.
I think Julio knew. Well, Julio knows what time Shannon does that show. They do it 5 days a week.
I mean, I don't know what time he does that show, so I don't know. Maybe Julio does, but that was pretty big to say not only is he definitely out of Atlanta,
but he's not going to Dallas.
But he does not want to go to Dallas.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to play in Dallas either.
But at his point, he may be doing himself a disservice because he's not in the prime of his career. He's still Julio Jones.
Yeah.
But a lot of these teams, if he wants to win now, a lot of the win now teams, unless he's going to be win now like J.J. Watt and he's going to go to like Chicago. It's like, nope, I'm going to win right now. I'm going to go to Chicago.
What if DeAndre Hopkins gets his recruitment correct the way he wants and Julio goes to Arizona?
Yeah, but is Arizona going to bring in another receiver at the end of his career? A.J. Green? Did Larry Fitzgerald never even retired yet, has he?
No, not officially.
Yeah. So he may be coming back. DeAndre. I'm thinking about the only one is if Aaron Rodgers agrees to come back, like it's a set in stone thing. I think he'd be a good one in Green Bay.
Oh, he'd be
great.
Great.
I mean, he'd be good in Buffalo too, but at that point it's just a heavy, and then we're not going to spend that much money on him. Kansas City's not going to spend that much money on him.
Kansas City doesn't need to.
No.
Kansas City
Buffalo doesn't need to, but it would be an improvement at some point, but not for the money.
Yeah. Green Bay needs to. Now, whether or not they can afford a Julio is the question.
Well, I'm sure they can make it work. You can fudge the numbers.
I also feel like if Julio truly feels like he's playing for a contender, Julio will take a pay cut to chase the ring at this point.
Yeah, and I think that'd be the place to do that. That would definitely put you guys. You're already my favorite to win, or to win the NFC and get to the Super Bowl. So
it'd be so nice to finally have a reliable number 2. As long as he stays healthy, though. If Julio gets hurt again, oof.
He gets hurt. That's the risk you take.
Yeah, that's very true. Which makes me sad, too, because I really like Julio Jones.
I do, too.
I've always been a fan of his.
No, I mean, he's good. He's really good. But, again, he's on that downturn. And, anytime you start trouble like this is not good for you. I mean, look what it did to Deshaun Watson, who I thought was cut from Houston, but it sounds like he is actually still on the team.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was ever cut because I don't think he ever got found guilty for any of those claims yet.
Not yet, but I thought they cut him just to do it. And Tim says Julio to New England, which has been a talk, but that's one of those, if you're going to win now, you're not going to New England.
I don't know. Like I said, maybe Mac Jones will surprise some folks. He's basically been groomed to be a Patriot.
Yeah, I still think that when it comes down to it, the best quarterback out of this field is going to be Justin Fields.
True, but I think Mac Jones, of all the quarterbacks in this draft, he was the best fit for New England.
Yeah, I mean, an Alabama quarterback because,
So
Alabama is New England of college football.
Yes.
Except better.
Yes, except more impressive because they get a new roster like every 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm. But they don't have to pay for theirs.
Let's see, what else we got? NFL lists COVID restrictions for all the fully vaccinated players.
Oh, they lift them?
Yeah.
I thought you said list them. I'm like,
no.
They got some new ones for them?
No, NFL lifts the COVID restrictions for fully vaccinated players.
Sweet. All players are now fully vaccinated. Let's go.
Nice. And blocking below the waist is now illegal.
Blocking below the waist?
Yeah. It's like any blocks thrown at someone's like shins or knees are now.
But they say below the waist. That's okay. That's going to be a tough one to call.
It is, and it's going to be hard for a lot of, especially a lot of offensive linemen, to kind of get out of the habit if it's what they've been doing for quite a few years. So I think we're going to see a lot more flags on the offense this coming season.
Anytime they come up with a new one, they hit it heavy in the beginning of the year. It usually mellows out, and then it's just every once in a while. Basically, it's just a reason to help Tom Brady win a game after that.
Oh, Tom Brady. The legend nobody wanted.
He's not as bad as he was in New England, but I still am tired of hearing about him.
I'm just tired of him winning all the time. That man needs to feel some failure.
That's true.
But yeah, other than that, though, it's been a pretty quiet week. Still no definitive answer on Rodgers Watch yet. So
what? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to play the video.
So, I'm still checking the updates every few minutes to see when we finally get a final resolution for all that.
Have they made the offer to him?
I don't know if they've made any actual offer yet. I think they're still in talks.
I gotcha. All right, well, that's good.
Tim Schmidt says New England. No, Tim Schmidt.
I told you that. I told you I said that.
I didn't see who said it, though.
No.
Y'all have won enough for 3 lifetimes.
But even if he goes there, it's going to be a rookie Mac Jones or a Cam Newton. Either way, it's not going to be – I mean, he's complaining about Matt Ryan's lost some zing on his ball. Well, at least he can still hit you. Cam Newton, he's just going to run it and hit somebody occasionally.
Yeah. I mean, Matt Ryan's kind of getting up there in age too now.
Yeah. No, he is.
He's been around for a hot minute, and he's not playing at MVP level like a certain quarterback I know has. I mean, your guy too, but your guy's young.
I was talking about Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's never been a regular season MVP, not one time.
He hasn't been one, but it doesn't mean he didn't play like one. Listen, there's a natural bias in the NFL against Joe Flacco.
Was there? Because they gave him the Super Bowl MVP that he shouldn't have got.
Yeah, but that's because you always give it to the quarterback, unless it was just god-awful. And he wasn't god-awful.
That's not true. Brett Favre threw 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. He didn't get it.
Well, sounds like he was god-awful.
He threw 3 touchdowns. And no,
that doesn't mean it. He threw 4 picks.
He didn't throw any.
Okay, I was just making stuff up. But
no, he played great, but because Andre Rison – or not Andre Rison. Desmond Howard got that kick return. He got the Super Bowl MVP.
But wasn't that the opening play of the Super Bowl?
No, that was later in the game.
I could have swore he got an opening.
No, because Brett Favre threw the first touchdown.
Oh, okay. Well, then that was just stupid. Maybe there's a bias against Brett Favre in the NFL.
In the Super Bowl that the Ravens won with Joe Flacco, Jacoby Jones should have been the MVP of that game.
No, I think he should have been. But I think Joe Flacco gave him the car, so that counts.
Yeah, it's a good gesture.
So speaking of the Ravens,
do
you guys? There's been so much Lamar talk going on. Did you know that people in the media hate Lamar Jackson
as much as you do?
Apparently.
Why?
I don't know. That's just what I was told. The only thing I've ever heard in the media was how great he was and how he's the best thing since sliced bread, and he revolutionized the quarterback position by running.
Yeah, because isn't it the media that votes on the MVP? It's from the Associated Press.
And the only reason he won is just because he was that. I'm not saying his numbers are bad. He has good numbers, except for yards and completion percentage. Actually, his completion percentage is all right. It's mainly the yards. He doesn't ever throw for much. But what he does is he runs a ton, which then makes the defense pack the line. And so when they're all up in the box, it opens up so much, and he hits tight ends, and he gets those touchdowns. So sure, he's had a lot of touchdowns. He's had a lot of wins, but whenever it comes down to it, and you have to put the game on his back, he can't do it because once they figure out, okay, don't let him run, play some man coverage, and he can't do anything. He doesn't hit those. If they're not wide open, he's not hitting them very often.
But all he's got to do is bang out a third quarter deuce every game, and you're golden.
That's true, but I still say we're talking 2 years, and he's not going to be starting anymore. He's going to be RG3ing it up, backing up that next hot quarterback.
Hopefully not RG3 because he gets an injury. I don't want to see that.
RG3 is not going to start again. Come on now.
Well,
RG3's not even on the team anymore, is he?
I'm almost positive he is. I don't think he got cut.
I thought he did. Or not even cut. I don't think he got re-signed.
But, let me do some crack research. And we will see where RG3 is playing not practicing his football.
Yeah, we're practicing.
No, you're right. Currently, he is a free agent.
So I can't even think who the backup would be, but it doesn't matter. Because for some odd reason, Lamar Jackson is durable for all the running he does.
Yeah. I don't know. I like watching him play, but you could definitely tell last year that people are starting to kind of get wise on him.
I mean, when you run all the time, that you're going to figure that out. I mean, even the Wildcat offense was good for a year.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
And then they realized, oh, man, Ronnie Brown's in. They're probably not going to throw the ball. I'm surprised that took a year to figure out. Not really. Oh, look, there's 2 running backs back there. Let's go ahead and go into the pass coverage. Let's back off.
I was surprised that with all the talks about Lamar Jackson being a running back who throws the ball, they don't run more Wildcat in Baltimore.
And every snap, a Wildcat snap, though?
No, because why don't they put him at the halfback spot, put the running back in the quarterback spot? They don't know what you're going to do. Is the running back going to run it? Is he going to pitch it to Lamar? Once he pitches,
No matter what, the running back's going to run. We all know that.
No, because if he pitches to Lamar, he could go out for a catch. Kind of a weird roundabout Philly special.
Nah, they're going to run it. And that was your not so breaking off-season news.
Not so breaking off-season news.
Yay! Now, for those of you not paying attention, that quick video shows you how easy it is to subscribe and get all the updates from our channel. 2 clicks. That's all it takes. You only need 1 finger.
Yeah, whenever we did the blind taste test, I'm kind of focused on what I'm doing. I didn't really hear you. And I'm watching it over again just to see how it went. And it's like, you could lose 9 fingers and still have enough fingers to subscribe and enable notifications. And if you're really good, you could lose all 10 and use your nose.
Yeah. That's how simple it is. There's basically no excuse unless you hate us, which is very sad.
How? I mean, I understand hating me. I mean, I don't even like myself that much, but you? Who can hate you?
I know. I'm pretty damn adorable.
I know, right? So I made a purchase.
Did you?
For the show.
What'd you purchase?
It's going to be a secret. I'll reveal it next week.
Besides those new headphones?
Nah, I'll reveal it next week.
Ooh.
But just know that it's awesome.
Keep me in suspense now.
Yeah, you got to wait a whole week.
God, that's 7 whole days.
I bought it today, but I can't get it until later. So I wish I could have got it today. I actually forgot I bought it until later on in the day.
Hey, there's nothing better than seeing surprise gifts to yourself from yourself.
I know, right? Except I still have to pay for it. But that's all right. It was worth it, and I got it for a steal.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. It's okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man.
That's right. For those of you who don't know, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the official quarterback of Up the Gut.
Hashtag Fitz Pro Bowl. Don't forget.
Never forget.
That is the most important thing that you can do this year.
You know what it might be time for now, though?
What's that?
Might be time for my favorite intro video. Might be time to rate some stuff.
What are we rating?
That's my favorite one. We are rating our top 10 cornerbacks in the league today. Going into defensive backs, corners and safeties. Because they may play different positions, but they basically do the same job.
Yeah, defensive backs. Recommended by our guest host there on Blind Bourbon Review, Jesse.
You want to kick us off?
I can.
Go for it.
I've been so long since we've done one of these. I'm a little off. Like, Tyrann Mathieu.
Ooh,
Mathieu.
Honey Badger at the bottom of the list.
At the bottom of the list.
It's still top 10.
Yeah. For what he does back there, the amount of interceptions, the amount of passes defended he has being a safety over being an actual cornerback. He is safety, right? I went crazy.
So I have that pulled up.
But
Tyrann Mathieu is a safety.
And he, I think he got some unfair calls in the Super Bowl for, pass interference and whatnot. But he's been solid anywhere he's been. So,
yeah,
that's my number 10.
All right. For number 10, I got Marcus Peters, cornerback from the Baltimore Ravens.
He did not make my list.
Marcus Peters didn't make your list at all.
Nope.
Wow.
Because he's an asshole. If we went off pure talent, yeah, I'd have to put him in there. But his attitude when he's in Kansas City, and then he went to the Rams and had a bad attitude. When you get kicked off at 2 teams, though you're probably one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and you get kicked off 2 teams, you can't make my list. I can't handle your asshole. Though he did make an honorable mention because he was talented enough to be on the list.
He's very talented, and that's why he kind of bought out my list because he had 4 picks, but he only defended 9 passes. 50 tackles, got a sack. I think his big thing is his 4 forced fumbles. That's more than anybody else on my list.
Yeah, I didn't even look at forced fumbles when I looked at this. See, go ahead.
I try to see their total number of turnovers. So his 4 picks, but his 2 fumble recoveries, give him that little bit of bump. Yeah,
like I said, talent. He's definitely talented enough. They're not going to target him a lot because of who he is and what he can do. But he's a jerk. But when I looked at the list, tried to focus on numbers, and then I tried also to, just off the feel, off seeing these people play, because sometimes it doesn't always transfer over, especially when it comes to defensive backs. There's how many interceptions do they have? How many forced fumbles? How many passes defended? But at the same time, how many tackles did they have? Well, sometimes we have too many tackles. Then that means that people are throwing and they're catching the ball. You'd rather be the passes defended guy than letting them catch the ball and tackle them. Sure, you don't let them get a touchdown, but you still let them catch the ball. You're not shutting them down. So it's tough. This is a tough one because you can't just look at the numbers and be like, oh, this is clearly how it went. And like I said, that's why we're going to differ a lot on this list because we talked a little beforehand, and there's people on here that you have on the list. I don't have anywhere near it.
Well, that and a decent handful of those tackles could also be run support.
It could be. I mean, I have someone on my list that wasn't crazy in the any of those stats. So we'll get there. So
9.
For 9, I had Minka Fitzpatrick.
Wow, he didn't make my list.
You didn't make a list either?
No, he did. He did make it.
Okay. Whew.
See, he actually made it a lot higher on my list because I saw Fitzpatrick and I got all excited. Then I realized it wasn't Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I'm like, it's all right. He's already there.
He's already a Fitzpatrick.
All right. Do you want to talk about him?
But now, other than TJ Watt, he's the best player on the Steelers defense by a good margin.
No, it is. Super talented. He's always around the ball.
And his play picked up when he left Miami, too, because he was good in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then Miami was tanking. They got rid of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Pittsburgh and just hit a whole new level.
Yeah, and whenever you think safety, I mean, that's got to be one of the first names you think of.
Yes.
So number 9. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, just plus for a little bonus, he's one of the few guys on my list who actually took one back to the house.
There you go. Number 9, I have Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Marshawn did not make my list.
He was definitely at the bottom of it, but it was probably less for what he did this last year. But he was, I mean, the Saints defense was good. He's been good since he came in the league. So I don't know, not much to say about him. He wasn't overwhelming, but he's in the stats. Like, he's there. Passes defended, interceptions, I think he had 4 or 5, somewhere in there. So
he had 2 last year. I'm trying to think. You're right. Yeah, he's been good since he got in the league. He was the defensive rookie of the year his rookie season. He just didn't make my list, but he's not far from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, on.
8.
Marlon Humphrey.
Okay, yeah. Did not make my list either, but he's definitely an honorable mention.
Talented and who are you? Who were you? The Steelers playing the Ravens when we played Madden, and he just shut down Juju. And just in our Madden game, that made me happy. But then his Twitter game's strong. He invites me to breakfast every morning. And he's good. Even though I don't know the defensive backs between Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, and whoever the other guy is, they have some solid defensive back play there in Baltimore.
Right. No, their defense is definitely getting pretty good, which is going to have to be because their offense is starting to slide up there in Pittsburgh. But my number 8, I have Malcolm Butler from the Titans.
And did not make my list.
Yeah. And for me, it's with him, it's more for the tackling because he had 4 picks, which looks like it's about the average for your top tier defenders. Only 14 passes defended, but combined 100 tackles. Those are linebacker numbers.
Well, and the reason he did not make my list is, trying to find the numbers, but he was the most targeted cornerback in the NFL last year.
Oh, wait. Quick update on that. He is not from the Tennessee Titans. He is with the Arizona Cardinals now.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal with them back in March, and apparently we missed that.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big Malcolm Butler fan because just his career, I didn't like him. So anyway, but that's why I didn't make my list. If you're the most targeted, there's a chance for you to get more tackles. But if you let someone cut you 100 balls and you tackle them 100 times, I guess you didn't let them get touchdowns, but someone still caught 100 balls on you. I'd rather that you had, 30% completion rate against you, something like that,
Yeah.
So that's why he got left off. He could have been an honorable mention, wouldn't have been because I just don't like him.
Just failed your personality test.
There's just a lot of people I don't like, and they just don't make my list.
I got you.
Is that it?
That's all I got for him.
So now we're going on 7?
7.
7.
For 7, I had Darius Williams, cornerback from the Rams.
Did not have him at all either.
Darius Williams. And again, he's got a lot of similar numbers: 14 passes defended, 4 interceptions, a fumble recovery, good handful of tackles. Another really good player. Don't hear his name a whole lot. Probably doesn't get thrown too often, but he's really good.
Jalen Ramsey, though.
No, he's not a Jalen Ramsey.
No, he's opposite him, so that's why he's not going to get the attention that Jalen's going to get.
Yeah, which is weird because you'd think with Jalen on the other side they would test him less.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because people are just so hard-headed. They want to be the one guy that's like, I threw on Jalen Ramsey.
Maybe they think like Josh Allen. Josh Allen will throw on Jalen Ramsey all day. They do not like each other. He's going to prove a point.
Josh like too nice a guy to hold a grudge with anybody. I said Josh Allen always seemed like he was too nice a guy to hold a grudge with anybody.
If there's going to be anybody he holds a grudge on, though, it's going to be Jalen Ramsey because whenever he came in the league, someone asked him about Josh Allen. He said, Josh Allen is trash. And every game Josh has played him since, he has owned him. All right, my number 7 is Jamal Adams.
All right, yeah.
And not for his receiving or his defensive numbers as far as passes defended, interceptions.
But
he had like 15 sacks. Like he was top 10 in sack, or he was the highest defensive back in sacks. I don't remember what the number was, but he was the highest defensive back in sacks by a long margin.
A lot of blitzes.
So he was doing something. If you're getting some sacks, I'm going to give you some credit for those. So that's all I really have on him.
Yeah, I wish our defense in Green Bay would blitz a little more often. Our problem is we blitz linebackers who are, I guess, easier to spot and pick up.
Yeah, I mean, you expect it there.
Yeah.
Whew.
But I do love watching the game and seeing a defensive back just sprint out of nowhere and just light up a quarterback. That's a good thing to watch.
But he had a lot. Like he was up there. I wouldn't be. I want to say he was either top 10 or top 15 in sacks as a defensive back. So or safety.
If he had 15 sacks, then absolutely.
I don't think it might not have been 15. I looked at these numbers and I didn't write them down. I just jotted at them real quick.
6.
For 6, I had Harrison Smith, safety from the Minnesota Vikings.
This was my spot.
Yay! But
I had Minka Fitzpatrick here. We already talked about him anyway.
But
I didn't have Harrison Smith on there. He was my number 9. And then I mean, I like him, but he just wasn't. I don't know. If it was last year, he'd be in there, but this year I didn't see it.
No.
But you remember, we said this before on our list. If it's in division, you see a lot more of him. You're more likely to put him up there.
Yeah.
So you see a lot more of him than I do.
Yeah, I mean, all of his numbers were about pretty even we had last year. More tackles, more interceptions, fewer passes defended. But no, he had another really good year. He's the best player in Minnesota's defensive backfield, but I think he also benefits from.
Don't they have that one guy though? Rhodes, Xavier Rhodes.
I think Harrison Smith is better, but yes, they
Not
do have
by a lot.
They do have Xavier Rhodes,
Because Rhodes almost made my list too.
but they also have that really good pass rush. They have a really good front four in Minnesota, and I think he gets. I think he gets the benefit from that.
You know, I think maybe next week we just need to do top 10 offenses and top 10 defenses.
Both.
Just, maybe over the next 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
just let's factor everything in.
Yeah, I feel you. There you
And
go.
then we can finish up the third week with the top 10 teams.
You guys already have a preview of what's coming up next week.
Hey, listen, this is just how our show works. I get a little more drunk as we go along, and then stuff just starts going. All right, I'll let you start. 5.
5.
Start.
5. That's where I put Tyrann Mathieu.
Wow, that's pretty high up.
I
Now-
like his work. I mean, he is third in interceptions.
He's up there.
Got to take one back to the house, and he's one of those guys that's always going to have to cover your best dude, and he always puts in good work.
No, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you. Now, I have a feeling that I'll be upset with you, but we'll find out.
Okay.
My number 5 is Tre'Davious White.
Okay. Yeah.
And mostly because he had a lot of penalties this year, which isn't representative of his play. But
Right.
he has been a top 2 or 3. I mean, like, Stephon Gilmore didn't make my list at all. And people always talk about him being like the best thing ever.
I mean, he was Defensive Player of the Year the previous season.
But he shouldn't have been that year because I think that year he got it. Trey's numbers were better than his. And then when Marshawn Lattimore got Defensive Rookie of the Year, Trey's numbers were better than his. I wanted to put him higher on the list just because he hasn't got any of the respect he deserves for the numbers he puts up and the game he plays and the people he shuts down.
Yeah.
And again, I'm definitely biased. So I tried to stick to numbers a little more, but I could put him as high as 3 on this list and not be upset about it. But with all the penalties he got this year, I went ahead and knocked him down to 5.
Right. And there are a lot of people who will maybe argue, maybe agree. That's why I try to really emphasize up front. These are our lists. This is who we feel is the top 10.
And if not, you want to fight about it?
We don't want to fight people. But we would love to talk to you about it.
I'll talk to you about it all day.
Yeah.
I've been doing it.
But yeah, I get Tre'Davious White. I'm not going to lie. I did blank on Tre'Davious White when I was trying to do all my research to see all these numbers. His name didn't pop up anywhere for me, so he did miss my list, and I apologize.
Well, I just couldn't see how you could put him any higher than this with the people I have left on my list.
Right.
Because I have a feeling we should match up on the next 4. At least our 4 should probably be the same. Maybe not in the same order, but the same people.
I feel like there's one that you probably won't have on your list that's in my top 4.
It's possible. If there is, there's one different, but let's see. But remember, evens are me.
That's right.
4.
This is where I put Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. Jalen did not make my list. I know this sounds crazy, but I went through a bunch of the numbers and he just didn't make my list.
I think somebody like Jalen, though, suffers from being Jalen.
Yeah.
So you don't have as many people throwing. So you're not going to have kind of like Trey. They don't throw on Trey a lot. They always go for the other people that Trey is not on. And so you're not going to have the numbers, but you can't be penalized for being that damn good where people won't even throw at you. I mean, remember in Seattle when Aaron Rodgers wouldn't even look at Richard Sherman?
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to amount for something. And so that's why Jalen Ramsey's up here, because I know how good he is.
Again, my problem was I had that thought, but I couldn't find anybody that could give me solid numbers on how many times somebody was targeted or catch percentage.
Isn't it weird that you don't have those? Like, they're not accessible.
Yeah. And because I couldn't find set numbers for that, I just had to go with the numbers I had.
I found some. Like, I found that, Marcus Butler was the most targeted. And it was basically you had to find a list that someone made, and it just had to be in their article.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the butt. And I don't have all day to research this stuff. So,
yeah, no, we have day jobs.
you have night jobs.
Well, I mean, that's my day. I sleep when the sun is up.
All right. Who do you got?
My number 4 is J.C. Jackson, cornerback from the Patriots.
So I think that I was right that we'd have one different.
Yeah, he's not even on your list, is he?
Well, listen, we don't ruin everything.
And here's he's been quite good in New England.
Rookie last year, right?
No, rookie the year before in 2018 when they won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But here's the thing: his rookie year, he only started 5 games that year, and he had 3 picks in 5 games.
He can hunt down that ball. There ain't no lie. He was second interceptions last year with 9.
And the year before in 2019, when Stephon Gilmore got the Defensive Player of the Year, that was also the year the entire New England defense was just murdering people. J.C. Jackson had 5 interceptions last season, and nobody talked about him ever. And last year, you never heard J.C. Jackson's name because New England was kind of bad last year. Yeah, he had 9 picks last year on only 14 passes defended.
Yeah.
He intercepted 9 of them. And he only started 11 games. He hasn't played he hasn't started a full 16-game season yet.
No, I mean that's good. I hate that he's on the Patriots, but I mean you can't deny the numbers are there.
But in 22 games started, he has 17 interceptions over 3 years. That's ridiculous.
He's playing opposite Stephon Gilmore, who they're not going to pick on Stephon Gilmore, so they're going to pick on him, and he's taking advantage of it and put up the numbers to show it.
Yes.
All right.
So that's why he's number 4, is because he's putting up crazy numbers, and nobody talks about him. And he's a Patriot. It kind of makes me a little bit sick in the pit of my stomach to say something like this, but
listen, Ehlers. Just like Pepsi Blue, we're talking about him.
That's right.
JC Jackson is talking about J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson and Pepsi Blue. Give me that commercial. I'll watch it.
Pepsi Blue, the J.C. Jackson of sodas. All right.
3.
We're going to differ here.
Oh, probably. For number 3, I have Carlton Davis, cornerback from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I just refuse to put a buck. I looked at it. I saw the numbers, but I thought, you know what? I watched a lot of Bucks in the playoffs whenever they were doing good. I never heard that name. Carlton? Come on. I would have remembered that. So he did not make my list at all.
But last year, he led the league in passes defended. This year, he was number 2 in passes defended.
They're trying him, though.
Yeah, they're trying him, and he's putting in some pretty good work.
I'll never fault you for your opinion there, but come on, Carlton. Come on.
I never paid close attention to him, but I'm hoping if he ever returns a pick, if he returns a pick all the way to the house, I hope his touchdown distance to Carlton.
Oh my gosh, we should tweet him right now. I'm going to do that. What's his name?
Carlton Davis III.
Okay, let's hope this doesn't break our stream. It already is. There we go. Okay.
But yeah,
Carlton Davis.
4 picks, which is, like I said, about average for your top tier defenders. But yeah, 18 passes defended. That's pretty good work.
Well, we don't have an official playing this Dragon Ball Z shit, and I swear it's no legit block button on the game. I'm convinced. I don't know. I don't think this is the guy. He's not. It's Carlton Davis 3. Where did he go to college?
Auburn.
Okay, that's not him then. All right, well, Carlton Davis, whenever you watch this and you see that at least one of us loves you.
I respect him. I don't love him because he plays for the Bucks, and I'm still mad at the Bucks right now. But just if your name is Carlton, you have to do the Carlton as your touchdown dance.
I mean, he has to know that. He shouldn't be told. He should know that.
Like I said, I think it's a law.
Okay, my number 3.
Yep.
J.C. Jackson.
Oh, awesome! That makes me happy. It really does.
You made my list, but with those numbers that he's put over the last 2 years, there's only 2 people I couldn't put him in front of. So he's been doing it, and I hate that he's on New England, but you can't deny he's been doing it.
No, not at all. And I hope he gets a little more recognition, gets a little more of the spotlight. Maybe when Stephon Gilmore leaves, who knows?
2.
Number 2 is where I put Jair Alexander. Wait,
Why do you keep
that? My bad.
Why do you keep stealing it, Ehlers?
That's my bad. I'm just so excited to be rating stuff again.
I know. I was actually going to ask you to do it anyway, just so I could hear the name. Because this is where I put Alexander.
Yeah. And again, I got to watch him a little more closely because I watch all the Packers games. And he's the top-rated cornerback for a reason. Not the
He
top.
never got burnt. He
Yeah,
had some of the best shutdown numbers in the NFL. You can't deny what he's been doing has been special.
The only reason he's not number 1 is because he just cannot generate turnovers.
And number 1 guy was doing all of that and more.
All of it. Every team.
So Jairi has been, like I said, I didn't even know, but I've been hearing you talk about him over the last probably month or two and some of this offseason stuff.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I don't watch that whole lot of Green Bay games, and when I do, I'm not watching the cornerback.
Yeah.
So
No, Jair Alexander is easily the best player we have on defense.
but I've been reading his numbers and then just reading about him, and he's rated top 2 in almost every top cornerback list ever made.
Yeah.
So most of the time 1, but I just don't know how you could go ahead of this number 1. So let's not keep him in too much suspense. We can come back and talk a little more about Jairi. But
1.
number 1 is where I put. I'm just kidding.
Is Xavier Howard?
Xavier Howard.
It has to be Xavier Howard. He was ridiculous last year.
Yeah, I think he was top 2 in passes defended. He was number 1 in interceptions, and on a beast of a Miami defense.
Yeah.
Except when they play Josh Allen.
Boy, they came out of nowhere.
They did. That's the only reason Tua has any wins is because he had only had to score 3 points to win the damn game.
Yep. But Xavier led the league in both passes defended and interceptions, and still had 50 tackles and a forced fumble.
Nah, he just did everything and more. And that's funny because I put top 2 in the top 3 that are in my division.
Yep. Yes, they are. But I don't care what division your favorite team is in. I don't care how much if you pay attention to football at all, you heard Xavier Howard's name a lot.
It's high noon. I'm not big on the seltzers, but someone at some point in the last week had said, if you haven't had a high noon, you need to have a high noon.
I've hated all the seltzers so far because I don't taste any flavor. It's just bubble water. It's just bubble water to me, and it's gross. Yeah. Xavier Howard is super good. I'm actually still a little surprised that I don't even think he was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year, was he? Like, was he even talked about in that regard?
I have to think he was, but I can't remember, man. That's been so long. We've rated so many things. I don't care about other people's list.
But anyway, the list, I'm talking about who actually won the award. I think.
You'd have to do the crack research. If I start researching too much, it'll crash everything.
That's true because you are the man in control.
I am, except when my daughter does it.
That's right, which maybe she'll get to do a little more down the road. Who knows? She did a good job on Sunday.
She did a really good job.
But yeah, I really like Xavier Howard. I'm glad that the Dolphins are starting to pick things up. Only because I hate seeing people that are that talented be on just garbage squads because that can't be fun.
No.
It's like watching Barry Sanders when he played for Detroit. That was so sad.
Just makes everything sad. Like, yeah. Or, I don't know, Calvin Johnson.
Or Calvin Johnson.
Any talented Detroit player. Sorry,
Or
Detroit.
the second half of Larry Fitzgerald's career. Once,
Man.
The second half. The first half.
There's just like a little dip in there when he had like, what was that, like Stanley or who was that?
Decent quarterbacks he's had. He had Kurt Warner, which got him to a Super Bowl, which they should have won.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Carson Palmer, I believe, for a while, who wasn't terrible.
Carson Palmer did good.
But after those two,
he's had Kyler.
but now he's at the end of his career. Like
I know he is, but he's still getting catches. I don't know. I just never count him out. I don't feel bad for him. I mean, and the main reason I don't is because even when it's bad for him, it doesn't seem like it's bad for him. Like he's not like most of these people where he gets frustrated. He doesn't show it.
Right. That's why I'm frustrated for him, because that man deserves to be a champion one time.
No, I agree. So hashtag Fitz Pro Bowl.
Oh, that
it works for both of them. All right, we rated stuff.
No, we haven't rated stuff in a hot minute.
Huh? What?
So yeah, we haven't rated anything in a hot minute. That was good.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why, but we haven't mock drafts and
exactly. The drafts and our too early predictions. We had other stuff we had to do.
Hold on, I'm gonna taste this. God, it tastes so bad.
It's a seltzer, huh?
It is, but
yeah, they're all terrible. Look, I'm sorry for whoever's watching that loves your seltzers. They're ass.
Someone lied to me. It's like dumping like stale watermelon flavor in crap water.
At least you're getting a flavor. Like I said, people give you one like this is like a fresh lemon flavor, and I don't taste anything.
No, do you have COVID?
Sadness. No.
This one. It's a stale flavor. It's barely there. I am so disappointed. Someone told me this was like but I mean, look, you can even see it. It's like I'm drinking slightly pissed in water. Like if you're mostly hydrated.
Well, we know who we're not getting as a sponsor.
Sorry. So if you put out a decent freaking flippin' seltzer, please send it to us. By the way, I think we're gonna have another sponsor next week.
All right. Does it have to do with what you bought for the show?
No, it's a repeat. But
also,
they loved our sponsorship so much they wanted to be in it again.
Also, this is not a sponsor, but it's yummy.
It's blue.
Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Listen,
it's gonna be so good.
If you were here right now, you'd have one.
I know. That's why I'm moving back. That's why I'm moving back, though.
It's spinning out of focus in your honor.
You know what? That one's mine. Just keep it in the fridge for a couple months, and I'll have it, and it'll be delicious.
Son of a gun! But I've got to take. Can I get rid of that? Can I move it? No, I can't. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
I do kind of like that in the middle of us there, though. It's kind of pretty.
Put it back. Well, there you can see the bills kind of in there.
It's gorgeous. Oh my God.
Michael will be so happy. I didn't even think about this. He called. Actually, it's Michael's birthday, so happy birthday!
I already wished him a happy birthday.
So, but I called him to talk to him and wish him happy birthday. And I told him, we're going to be on Up the Gut with Ehlers, and he goes, "Man, you should get some Pepsi Blue and drink it in front of him." I'm like, I got to go to the store.
Yeah, no, he texted me a few days ago, maybe last week, towards the end of it, and told me about it. And so I went to the gas station next door to where I work. And I was like, "Do you guys have Pepsi Blue?" And he's like, "I'll probably get like next week." I was like, "Damn it, I have to wait."
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're
not yet.
Not yet. What?
I need you guys, if you're watching this, to go. Oh man, I should have done this. To gkcca.com.
gkcca.com.
Yes.
I'm guessing it's something in Kansas City because that's what the KC is.
It is. We are raffling off a golf cart. I think it's a 2019 to 2020 club car. It is the pristine club car. It is a $12,000 club car. And we are raffling it off. It's $25 a ticket or 5 tickets for $100.
Now, what is the GKCAA?
GKCCA.
What's that?
Greater Kansas City Claims Association.
Oh, okay.
So it is. It has to do with insurance claims and insurance industry in general.
I was going to state that it's not up the gut raffling off this $12,000 golf cart because
It could be.
Well, if we had that kind of money.
No, it's not us. If it was, it would be in my garage.
And not being raffled off.
So, but if you're interested in the golf cart, the only thing is you are responsible for coming to get it. You are responsible for taxes. Everything is on the gkcca.com, gkcca.com. But if you guys like golf carts, this is the one for you. It's a 4-seater. It's, got the back seat that flips down. You can haul stuff. The seats are some of the most comfortable seats. You can take a nap while you're driving it. It's not recommended, but you could.
Does it have any sort of like cup holders for beers and stuff?
It is street legal. It has 4 cup holders in the front. It has lights, blinkers, horn. It's got, it's everything. It's top of the line.
And if you don't like golf carts, you're probably not fun.
No, and this isn't something you just, I don't golf. Well, drive it around your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Put some meats on it. Go mudding. Take that thing out in the field. Maybe not that because it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it is gas golf cart. So, like I said, just go to gkcca.com. Everything's on there. Buy you tickets. They're going quick. It will be, the raffle will be drawn June 17th at our golf tournament. So get them. Okay. Now you can go to what you're going to go to.
Oh, and that was us handling business.
That was us handling business. That was asked of me in the comments, and I obliged.
Look at you, bowing to the whims of the people.
We're men of the people here.
Listen,
right. We're here for you. This is why we do this, and that's why you're going to like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Exactly. Now we've had a lot of fun so far. It's been a good hour. I believe it's time to dip into the most negative part of our show.
I don't know. Can we do that? Yeah.
Flipping, dadgummit!
Do you have
dip so freely into this? You have to have somebody.
I do. And it's the Green Bay Packers organization. Not the players, but the people who run it. Because this Rodgers thing has gone way, way too long. How have you not figured this out already? Either you're riding with Aaron Rodgers, in which case you get him whatever it is he needs to where we can patch things up and get him ready for next season. Or if you're truly moving on from Aaron Rodgers, trade him. Or why did that pop up? Either trade him or something, or just let him go. Make him retire. Something. But don't just keep having suspense. Don't keep trying to talk to him and having all these discussions where nothing happens. Just get it done. Because we're getting into OTAs. We're about to get into training camps. If we're going to be contenders, we ain't got time for this. And so that's my flip that guy.
Flipping, dadgummit!
How about you? Who you got?
Flipping dadgummit indeed. Well, ours are both Aaron Rodgers centered.
Oh.
Because I want to say flip to everybody that's reporting that Aaron Rodgers wasn't at voluntary OTAs because he's disgruntled. It's enough, guys. Just shut up about it. Everybody knows where this is. In this age of social media, everybody knows what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now. They know why he's not there. And does he need to be there? No, because he was pissed off at you guys last year. And you know what he did? He just had an MVP season. That's what he did. Now he's off with his girlfriend and movie stars. That one guy that played the drums in that movie with the bald guy. Look it up. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, and not just MVP season, a runaway MVP season.
No, it wasn't runaway. I could have made an argument that Josh Allen should have won. You stop it with that runaway bullshit. It's like saying Lamar Jackson ran away with it just because no one else was playing football.
Aaron Rodgers got all but 4 of the votes.
Yeah, and freaking Lamar Jackson got 100% of the votes. I don't want to hear it.
That's a runaway MVP.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been. That's just lies. That's just media being bastards. So you know what? Media, you too. So all you media, the ones that gave Aaron Rodgers too many votes, the ones that gave Lamar Jackson too many votes, and the ones that are reporting that Aaron Rodgers won in OTAs because he's disgruntled. He might be disgruntled, but he's not there because he's in Hawaii. Let the man vacation.
Here's the big thing. They're voluntary OTAs. They're not required. Nobody has to go if they don't want to.
I spit on myself.
You did. A little bit. Yeah, they're voluntary OTAs. It's not that big a deal. Now, when he starts missing actual training camp, report it. That's when he's supposed to be there.
But still, report the truth.
Yeah.
Don't report the bullshit.
Yeah,
Don't try to make it seem like he's trying to prove a point. Maybe he is, but he's got a lot of stuff to do. He's got golf games to play. He's got movie star fiancés who I don't really like that much, but you know what? His fiance, I don't have to like her. So you know what? Media.
Flipping, dadgummit!
I had that little at the end there. That's a good touch.
That is what you do when you just don't know what to say anymore. It's like, you know what, guys? I don't even know what to tell you anymore.
I am only the slightest bit upset because you told me that Aaron Rodgers didn't deserve all those votes.
He didn't. Josh Allen, like I said, Josh Allen's the percentage of the offense that Josh Allen had as far as touchdowns, yardage, rushes, passes, all that. He was a higher percentage, so he really deserved more because he was a higher percentage there. Maybe Aaron Rodgers had a better season overall, but Josh Allen meant more to the team because without him, it cuts out like 70, 89% of the offensive production. So I think that Aaron Rodgers still probably should have won, but there's an argument for Josh Allen. And he deserved more than the 2 votes he got.
If you took Josh Allen away, what do you think the Bills' record would have been? If you took him away. Who's your
4
backup?
wins? Matt Barkley last year.
Matt Barkley. Oh, that's a name I ain't heard in a minute.
I mean, he did good against Miami, but who didn't? Actually, some people didn't. But no, he did all right. But still, I don't think he would have been 3-4 wins. Josh Allen was next level last year.
Because I'll tell you this: if you take away Aaron Rodgers, we are 0-16.
No, you're not. You'll win at least one.
No,
Jordan Love would have killed it.
No,
that's why you drafted him. That's why you traded up for him.
Yeah,
he's a diamond in the rough. He is the Aladdin of the NFL. We just don't know it yet. He's just still that little ruffian running around stealing fruit from the market with his little monkey. But no, just wait. He's going to he's going to get his genie, put on his robe. He's going to be Prince Jordan Love, and he's going to be killing the NFL.
Of all the games that Aaron Rodgers has not started since taking over as our quarterback, in all of them, we've won 1.
Yeah, but you guys had really bad backup.
Yeah.
Like really bad.
Yeah.
You guys put way too much faith in his health.
I mean, there were kind of freak accidents. Like when he got his collarbone broke by the Vikings, that's just a bad landing on a tackle. When he got his collarbone broke the other time, again, you can't predict that. And I mean, here's the crazy part. Both times he broke his collarbone were the only 2 times I've ever played fantasy football. And both those years, my first pick was Aaron Rodgers.
Speaking of, we're still going to do an Up the Gut fantasy football league. Someone else is going to set it up. I don't want to do it, but we'll have one.
I'm not picking Aaron Rodgers because then he'll get hurt.
And then he's going to end up going to the Broncos, and they're going to get Julio Jones and Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy and Noah Fant. And they're going to dominate, and he's going to be the best player ever. He's going to have a true runaway MVP season.
You shut your
mouth. You know what, Patrick?
Flipping, dadgummit!
He's not.
I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Aaron Rodgers is not going to wear orange.
I don't think so. Honestly, you can't let him go. And the fact that it's gone on this long, like you're saying, the management should be ashamed of themselves. Fire the general manager, fire the coach, fire the backup quarterback. You don't let Aaron Rodgers go for any reason.
Yeah. Like it'd been different if his numbers was slipped, but he's the reigning MVP right now.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, well, whatever. We're moving on from the MVP of the league.
Right now, I would say, you know what? We'll trade Atlanta a 7th-round pick, Jordan Love. We're going to fire our general manager. We get Julio, Aaron Rodgers comes back, and then you guys go to the Super Bowl and lose to Buffalo. I mean, that's like a dream season. I know.
Flipping, dadgummit!
Here's the thing. If we're going to go to the Super Bowl and lose, I wouldn't be as upset if it was to Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're going to lose, as long as it's not to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Kansas City Chiefs, you're good.
My thing has always been if Green Bay can't go to the Super Bowl and win. I want somebody who's never won before to get it.
Makes sense.
Because every loyal fan base deserves to have one season they can look back on and be like, yeah, one. Some teams already have one. They never have to have one again. Like Baltimore. Baltimore's got 2. They don't need to win ever again.
No, I agree with that one. Tampa Bay has 2. They don't ever need to win again.
They does have 2, yep. But they definitely never need to win ever again. But right now they're my favorite to at least win the NFC.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. I mean, I do, but I don't.
It's because that second half of last year, it really started to click.
They're the same team they were last year, and we didn't think much of them then. I'm just giving them more credit than I gave them last year, but I still think they're the team I think they are.
Exactly. They're the same team as last year, but now they'll have a full offseason to actually work things out before just getting thrown in there.
I don't think it matters.
I think it does.
Even though I think I heard they got Giovanni Bernard. I don't know if I'm too quiet, but I just wanted to relax. I like Giovanni Bernard.
Yeah, I liked him too. Yeah, let me real quick do some. It's a shame.
But he's on that team. It's like, Edelman's there now.
Edelman's not there.
No, he's not. But he will be. I still stand by that.
But Giovanni is. You're right.
Yeah.
No, because Edelman came on. I think he also went on the Pat McAfee show and said he's a one-team man. He's not going to suit up for anybody else.
That's also what Gronk said.
I don't think Gronk cares. Gronk is a one-quarterback man.
Gronk knows what he's doing.
Gronk and tight end. All right, but you got anything else for the people?
I just wanted him to look at me for a little bit. I got a map above me. I've got a nice glass of Bradshaw bourbon.
Yeah, and I have my roommate's anime poster behind me.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one.
Oh, it's a good show.
Is it?
I like it. I've watched every episode so far. Dub though, because I don't watch it in Japanese. It's not my language, and I hate reading subtitles.
No, I've been doing dub, but I'm on One Piece, and I only have like 972 more episodes to go.
Well, you can't even see my hands, but you're that close.
Yeah, no. Here, let me help you. Do it again.
You're that close.
Okay, it was the same. My bad. No, I don't know. Maybe we can get into some other stuff. So let's do some business. If you have a business and you would like to sponsor, and this early in the show, we're basically just looking for free stuff.
Yeah, just
if it's a business where it's not free stuff, then we can talk about a deal and we'll work stuff out. But that's most of what we're after. I'm still working on the what was that? The extract company.
Oh, something farms.
Yeah.
I haven't. Because I did dip early out of that video.
Yeah, you had to go to work. We had so many. It's one of our least watched videos because
his lag wasn't helping. He was
horrible lag. So
he was out in the boonies.
I want to do some crack research. So I want to do them justice because they did sponsor, and I'm still trying to get through the product.
Oh, you still got some of that stuff left?
Yeah, I haven't got a vape pen yet. Farmhouse Extract.
That's right.
So check them out. I think they just did their website. And I tell you guys, the gummies.
Work as advertised?
Work as advertised. Go find whichever Up the Gut that was. And just see the motivation I had for that show. Yeah, I was mellow. Like, the only reason I'm even slightly entertaining on this show, if I'm even slightly entertaining, is because I get myself worked up. There's words flowing. Stuff doesn't make sense. I yell a little bit. So that's what kind of makes it entertaining. That was gone, guys. I had nothing. So those gummies work as advertised, the Delta 8. So highly recommend it so far if that's what you like. If you don't like it, he did say that being Delta 8 so close to the Delta 9, you will still test positive if you have to do a drug test. Pardon me, for work. So if your work tests you on a regular basis,
don't do it.
Don't do this. We don't want you getting fired off our recommendations.
Yeah.
So
we won't take any responsibility for that.
No, we will not. That is not what we do.
Yeah. But so we'll have a new sponsor next week. We'll have some kind of surprise next week.
No, it's not a new sponsor. It's a rerun. Someone actually liked our sponsorship that we did for them, so we're doing another one.
Even better, a return sponsor.
A return sponsor, which we recommend all who have sponsored us prior,
Absolutely.
including Pacific Island Soy Sauces at pacificislandsauces.com.
Yeah.
Including Mary Kay, Jennifer Kimmel at Mary Kay, marykay.com/jkimmel, including Farmhouse Extracts.
Including the meat sticks.
Yeah, they were never a real sponsor, but I really do. I'm going to, as soon as I get a chance to sit down and do it, I am definitely going to order another case of those.
Yes.
So, and there's nothing better to have in your, like, not everybody has a home bar, and I get that. I have a home. I have the Bill's Pub. Oh, it must have died because the Bill's Pub's gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's so sad. But the Bill's Pub, there's nothing better for the Bill's Pub. The meat sticks. I got the bourbon, I got the beer, I got the mixed drinks, I got the meat sticks. Not many snacks can beat that for a Bill's Pub.
Exactly.
All right, we've been kind of rambling. I don't want to take it on too long. I just really enjoy my mat time.
Well, this has been our show this week.
Like, subscribe, comment, archive stuff.
Yes, definitely watch your archive stuff. And if you know something that'll make the show better, leave a comment. I'm always looking for comments on our videos. And
we got a couple new ones today, actually.
All right, well, then I will go check those out.
Yeah, you need to go comment on those.
But if for some weird reason you don't do any of that, I won't hold it against you. You can't please everybody, even though we're trying. But there's one thing you can do for us, up top of everything else. Tell your moms about us.